So I want to talk to you about something that is a big gap in a lot of people's businesses, which is sales, right? Because if you look at anyone's business, there's three key factors. There's, are you getting enough people in? Like, actually track that. Are you getting enough people in the door? Are you converting them? So if you're having 10 conversations a week or 10 conversations with people about your services and you're presenting them, if you're having 10 conversations, let's say a week or a month, how many out of those actually come on board? And what are the stats for that? You do need it to be quite high, clearly. And if you're not good at sales and it's got nothing to do with objection handling, that's a real bugbear of mine. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Now, because there's so much, and it's all this mail material about, objection handling, etc. I'll tell you what the issue is. If you have to handle objections, then there's an issue, and I'll tell you what that is in a second. Now, let's say you need more contacts in, or the contacts that you do get in, you really need to be better at onboarding them to whatever your services are. There's one key thing that you must remember your stuff has to be built around. And guess what that is? It's not overcoming objections. It's not saying things at the right time. Okay, sometimes it's to do with what you're presenting them, but often not. Often not. One of the main and most important principles that's not being taught enough is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You must ask lots of good questions. You must be a detective to understand if you can help that person in the first place. Why do you want to help that person in the first place? Because I want you to come from the perspective that you get to choose who you're going to work with. You don't have to, and nor should you be trying to bring everybody on board. So you might be listening to this thinking, yeah, well, that'd be a really nice place to be in case I have too many clients or whatever. But let's say you've got offer one, whatever that service is that you do with people over there. There will be a list of people that you want to work with and a list of people that you don't, right? Most trainers, like off the top of my head, some of the people you're going to want to work with are ones that actually hold themselves accountable and do as they're told, right? Which means if the person is going to be a pain in the bum, you don't really want to bring them on board. So why would you try to use backhanded tactics to overcome objections and be all slimy and technically and persuade them with your mental techniques to bring them on board when the whole relationship's going to be like that in the first place? So I really badly want to change the whole paradigm around how we're doing sales and how we're being taught to think that it's okay to, one, pull someone across the fence. And when you do that, you give them splinters anyway, and you get splinters. And then guess what? Your whole relationship with them is going to be like that. Do you think they're going to be easy to coach? Do you think they're going to do what you ask them to do? Do you think they're going to be a pain in the butt? Probably. For the majority of your coaching relationship, probably. Then don't do it. Don't pull anyone over the fence. Know what you stand for and know who you work with. And listen. Learn to ask really good questions, because that part of your business of getting clients in and converting them is critical, obviously, especially in most businesses, because you don't get most leads. You don't get a lot of leads. So you know where I am if you want my help. Business needs to be ethically done, and it can be ethically done. I'll tell you a story. I beat a group of 40 men once in a sales competition that we had with one of the coaches I've had over the years. I beat them. So proud of myself. I actually won a trip to Thailand, and I did it my way. I didn't need to be taught sales. I already had everything set up. Did it my way. And do you know what? The majority of that was actually done on the phone. So I didn't have to run from consult to consult to consult to consult to consult. So it's a story for another day. So it can be done. And it can be done ethically, and it can be done so you don't feel bad and they don't feel bad, and everyone wins, because that's what we're here for. And we're not becoming used car salesmen or needing to overcome any fancy objections. If someone has an objection, by the way, it's just a question. So reframe it in your mind for that, and know that you can help them. If you can help them, tell them. If you can't, tell them that too. You know where I am if you need me. Let me know. Talk to you soon.